Perfect timing too.
Legal opinion, Judge. You don't give advisory. Yeah.
All right. Good morning. I'd like to welcome everyone to the Atchison County Special Commission meeting for Monday, January 13th, 2025. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. I would look for a motion this morning to allow two new business items to be added to our agenda today. I'd look for a motion to add 2024 Atchison County Organizational Meeting agenda, as well as a contract award for Ottawa Road Phase 1 culvert replacement. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0. Okay, we have Honorable Judge John Fresh, who will be giving the oath of office to the following: Commissioner 1st District James Campbell, Commissioner 2nd District Eric Knoll, Commissioner 3rd District Casey Quinn, Atchison County Clerk Susan Kerrigan, Register of Deeds Blair Burton, Atchison County Attorney Sherry L. Becker, and Sheriff Jack Laurie. The Treasurer, Connie Ellerman, will be given the oath of office on the second Tuesday of October per K.S.A. 19-501.
So I think that we were gonna have all of the ones taking the oath stand up here.
Do it all again.
And then you can administer. Yes. Yes. Sure. He needs the oath. I need the oath one. It's the same one that they signed.
Is there anything in the packet?
At the very end.
I don't know if that's correct.
I don't think so, but that's what I was given.
How do you, is it like the normal oaths that we did for Blair?
Yes.
When she was. That might take a minute.
Yeah, this is the county clerk certification.
Yeah, that's all.
Assume there's a place in the oath where you say what your position is.
Yeah.
So are we just going to swear everybody in at once and you'll just fill in the blank accordingly, or I'm happy to do it, however you want to do it.
In the past, that's what we've done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It's printed.
Okay.
Thanks, Matt.
We'll still need them to all sign though, right? With the judge.
Well, I don't think he needs to attest them. They'll need to sign them.
Okay.
I haven't seen the form, so I guess I don't know what it says.
I know when I was sworn in last week, Judge Loudon had to sign my phone.
Yeah, there's a signature for each one of them and the person doing the swearing.
Great.
That's fine, whatever you need. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear or affirm, as the case may be,
I do solemnly swear or affirm, as the case may be,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and the Constitution of the State of Kansas,
and faithfully discharge the duties of
and faithfully discharge the duties of
Atchison
Atchison County Commissioner.
First District Commissioner.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll have it when we have them ready.
Yeah, no, and I think I need to watch some sun. Yeah, just let me know.
Okay.
Be in my
Will do.
office.
Okay. Thank you.
That'll actually work out good because there's a lot of things they'll have to sign. This one, that's not the right one. but- Perfect. All right, so next we will go on to our Atchison County organizational meeting. Item number 1, to nominate the chairperson for 2025. Have a motion to nominate the chairperson for 2025.
So move.
You have to name.
I'm sorry. I nominate Commissioner Quinn.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0. To nominate the vice chairperson for 2025. Do I have a motion? I will nominate Commissioner Knoll for vice chairperson for 2025. Do I have a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Discussion of current committee boards with removal and additions if needed. So the committee boards assigned commissioners and staff for 2025. We have an area agency on aging. Do I have anyone that's Commissioner Knoll?
Yes.
Okay, we got Commissioner Knoll on that one. All right, so I'm gonna read these and then I'll call for a motion. All right, so the committee boards assigned to commissioners for 2025 have Area Agency on Aging, Commissioner Knoll, Community Corrections Advisory Board, Commissioner Campbell, County Health, Commissioner Quinn, NECAP Regional Board, Commissioner Knoll, NEKES, Commissioner Knoll, Project Concern, Commissioner Knoll, Safety Committee, Commissioner Campbell, Solid Waste Advisory Board, Commissioner Quinn, Atchison Area Economic Development and Economic Development Representative for EDAG and AAEDC, Commissioner Campbell. We will not have a board representation on Atchison County Extension Board. Local Emergency Planning Committee, Commissioner Campbell, and Atchison Area Chamber of Commerce, Commissioner Quinn. Do I have a motion to approve the committee assignments as read?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 3-0. Okay, number 5, renew Memorial Hall trustee. Mr. Grossman's term has expired as of December 2024. I'd look for a motion to request for letters of interest. Previously added to website and social media.
So move.
Second.
So moved and seconded, we will advertise for that. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 3-0. Okay, approval of the holidays for 2025. So we have 2025 holidays proposed. President's Day, Monday, February 17th, Memorial Day, Monday, May 26th, Juneteenth, Thursday, June 19th, Independence Day, Friday, July 4th, Labor Day, Monday, September 1st, Veterans Day, Tuesday, November 11th, Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 27th, and the Thanksgiving Day after, Friday, November 28th, Christmas Eve, Wednesday, December 24th, and Christmas Day, Thursday, December 25th, New Year's Day, Thursday, January 1st of 2026, and Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Monday, January 19th, 2026. Do I have a motion to approve those holidays as presented?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0. Look for a motion to approve Columbus Day employee training for Monday, October 13th of 2025.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 3-0. Okay, we need to approve a work session and official meeting dates and times for 2025. Do we want to continue to hold the workshop? Currently, we have workshop for department heads from 9 AM to 10 AM on Tuesdays. And then our meeting starts at 10 AM. Historically, we had an end time of 1 o'clock. However, there's been some discussion. I think it's probably in the best interest of all of us when the business is done to adjourn. So do we want to continue? Let's just go down the questions here. Do we want to continue to hold a workshop for department heads from 9 to 10 AM?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so we will do that. If so, we want to continue to do that on Tuesdays at 9 AM. Okay.
Yes.
If the workshop is held the same day as a meeting, do you want it before or after the meeting? We said we'll have it before, so we're gonna have 9 to 10 workshop. And then we will start our regular meeting based on our agenda published. Will be starting at 10 AM on Tuesdays.
Yes.
And it will end when business is finished, when the agenda items are finished.
Yes.
Okay. So based on all that information and discussion, I'd look for a motion to approve our work session starting at 9 to 10 AM on Tuesdays, and our regular meetings based on the agenda published will start at 10 AM on Tuesdays until business is finished. Do I have a motion? Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 3-0. All right, so we need to approve the date and time for the organizational meeting of 2026. So the second Monday of the month would fall on January 12th of 2026. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. All right. Look for a motion to name the following banks as eligible depositories: Exchange Bank and Trust, UMB, Union State Bank of Everest. No changes from the previous year's listing. Do I have a motion to approve?
Someone. Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 3-0. I have a recommendation made by the county treasurer to name Exchange Bank and Trust as the main depository for Atchison County. A letter: Dear Board of County Commissioners, please consider Exchange Bank and Trust as the main depository for Atchison County for the 2025 business year. If you have any questions, please contact me at 913-804-6050. Best regards, Connie Ellerman, Atchison County Treasurer. Do I have a motion to accept the recommendation made by the county treasurer to name Exchange Bank and Trust as the main depository for Atchison County?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 3-0. Number 12, verification of spending authority for department heads. The spending authority is all department heads were originally set at $2,500. On October 15th, 2019, the spending authority for public works was raised to $7,500, with all department heads remaining at $2,500.
Discussion.
Thank you.
Public Works.
Yes. So-
That at that time, we were using that, we had that title. And when Justin Knoll was here. Currently, we do not have a Public Works Director. So I would recommend that we change that to reflect that it would be Road and Bridge Superintendent.
Agree with that discussion as well. So I would look for a motion that all department heads are set at $2,500 spending authority, with the Road and Bridge Superintendent at $7,500. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Passes 3-0. Okay, number 13 is mileage reimbursement rate for 2025. The IRS is at 70 cents per mile. State of Kansas is at 67 cents per mile. This was set for fiscal year 2025 from July 1st, 2024 to June 30th, 2025. So do we want to go with the states?
I I'm not understanding. Did we change it in July 1st?
I think that's saying the state of Kansas, their fiscal
Oh,
year runs
okay,
from
that's-
that calendar year, from July to June. So the state's at 67 cents and federal is 70 cents. Do I have a recommendation?
I would go probably with the state.
Second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to follow the state of Kansas with 67 cents per mile. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 3-0. So the meal reimbursement verification, we reviewed this in July. And we have the daily total ability to spend $59. That's broke down into percentages of allowable: breakfast at 15%, which is $8.85, lunch at 35%, which is $20.65, and dinner allowable expense of 50%, which is $29.50. Previous to July 2nd, they were able to spend $38 a day and allowable per meal expense of 15. So we did review this in July based on what the current costs of items were. And I believe we went with what the state was doing. Yep, it's right here. So we followed suit with the state. So I would look for a motion to approve the daily total able to spend of $59, broken down for breakfast 15%, lunch 35%, dinner 50%, as the state does as well. Any discussion?
Without looking at any kind of data, it seems high, but that's just,
Okay.
I'm just thinking about, maybe locally, maybe it's peak here at Kansas City it's at this rate. Does that seem?
It does seem high, but I think a lot of times you're at a venue that you're you can't choose
Do we want to table it?
another option. I just don't remember that it was broken down into those specific.
We can find
Breakfast,
you the
lunch.
minutes, but it was.
Okay, because it seems to me like sometimes in those situations, people may not have a breakfast or eat a large lunch, I don't know. Even though the total seems high, but I mean, I was just surprised that we broke them down, but I don't remember reviewing that. What were you thinking on that?
I remember reviewing it and we did go with what the state had. I can find it really quick here.
And this is what we've been following.
As of July. Let's just hold off on that one and let's keep going and we'll come back if that works.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, and Mark's looking up the minutes and are you guys?
He's
gonna-
doing the oath.
Oh, the oaths, okay. So, yeah, we'll look that up in a second. So we'll hold on that one. Cell phone reimbursement verification. So the current rates are $30 per month for voice calling and $60 a month for voice, text, and data. If the department head authorizes the use of an employee's cell phone for the benefit of the county and the employee voluntarily chooses to use his or her own cell phone for county business, the county will reimburse the individual at the rate authorized by the county. Request for this reimbursement must be made on the cell phone reimbursement form and submitted to the Human Resources Department. Reimbursement is taxable pursuant to IRS guidelines. And these rates were adjusted in January of 2020. Request for this reimbursement must be made on the cell phone reimbursement form and submitted to Human Resource Department. This policy will not apply to, okay, that doesn't need to be in there anymore because it doesn't apply to senior village, but senior villages. I can take that off. So,
I'll make a motion to accept.
Make a motion to accept the cell
Second.
phone reimbursement. It's been seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, passes 3-0. Verify Quora costs for copies and research time. So we have three categories on this. Copies are the cost of 50 cents per one-sided page. The research cost of $5 per quarter hour for research. Review cost of $7.50 per quarter hour for review. Do I have a motion to approve?
Being the new guy, maybe you could explain this for me. Cora is,
Kansas Open Records Act. So when we get open records requests,
We're required to provide it, but yet it's not necessarily on our dime. I mean, if we reproduce transcripts or things like that, it can get lengthy. And so this is the cost to be reimbursed from whoever's applying for the records.
I would approve that.
I'll second.
okay, moved to seconded, a little discussion. Pat, on those Kansas Open records, do those come through the clerk's office typically?
It's hit or miss.
Okay.
A lot of times they go to whatever department they're requesting the records from. If we're just getting a general email, they generally do go to the clerk's office.
Okay,
Also, if we can provide the documents in electronic format, like PDF of a document, we don't charge for those.
okay. So for that, depending on the information needed, that person could go direct to the department and ask for it. And as long as they have a form filled out, I guess I just want to understand the process because we got one last night that was sent to treasurer, myself and Michelle and IT director. And so I forwarded it to the clerk's office and you because I wasn't quite sure. I've never gotten one before. So I was just wondering kind of the process and if it starts a certain place or verified a certain place or if each department, if I want to ask Joe how much rock he put on my road, as a Kansas Open Records request, like, does he have to provide that to me or does it funnel somewhere in the county for verification, I guess?
Well, I guess it's kind of hit or miss, depending on what departments asked. If they reach out to me, I will usually respond in writing.
Okay.
There's a requirement that we acknowledge an Open Records Act request within 3 business days, or by the end of the 3rd business day following receipt
Okay.
of it. And then it really depends on what they're looking for. If they're wanting us to do research, then that's not really requesting a record, like the one that we received last night looked like it wasn't a request for a record, it was a request for us to do research. We don't have a Freedom of Information Act like the federal government has. We have a Records Act. So if somebody's requesting a record, we'll provide that, but we don't have an obligation to go do research to try to find an answer to a question.
Okay, good to know.
And we don't have an obligation generally to create a record that answer the question. But that one that we got was, we sometimes get these generalized, somebody's watched or gone to a seminar on how to make money and they're wanting us to trying to find out if they could do that in our county. Those kinds of requests, we usually don't spend a lot of time responding to, just explaining what the law is and what our obligation is.
Okay.
So, I don't know if Joe's ever received an Open Records Act request. I can't remember, but
I guess I was just asking streamlining it.
The only thing we get asked, like if we have a bid letting and they'll want to know, what the bids were, and if we've got it in a PDF, send it to them and we're done.
Oh,
We don't worry about it, but that's most of it
Okay,
is what they're requesting. We haven't had anything else, but if you could go over the dollar amount
Yeah.
on that again, I'd appreciate it.
you bet. So copies, 50 cents per one-sided page.
Got that one.
Research, $5 per quarter hour per search.
Okay,
And costs for review, $7.50 per quarter hour for review.
thank you.
Yep, and that's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, passes 3-0. Sorry, I'm just making sure, the resolution has determined that financial statements and financial reports for the end of the year are prepared in conformity. That's not waiving gap for audit. Just want to see if I have that
I
one.
don't think it is.
Is it?
I don't,
So
is it attached to the agenda? I don't, it wasn't attached to the top of that.
then you pass that.
But the financial statement. was-
I just want to make sure that's the right one then.
Yes. it
Perfect.
is.
Okay.
Prepared on the basis of cash receipts and disbursements.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And what resolution number would you like this one to be?
I have 2025-1547.
Okay, so I have number 17 as resolution for waiving of the gap for the 2025 audit. Resolution number 2025-1547, whereas the county of Atchison, Kansas has determined that the financial statements and financial reports for the year ended 2025 be prepared in conformity with the requirements of K.S.A. 75-1120A are not relevant to the requirements of the cash basis and budget laws of this state and are of no significant value to the county commissioners or the members of the general public of the county of Atchison. And whereas there are no revenue bond ordinances or resolutions or other ordinances or resolutions of the municipality which require financial statements and financial reports to be prepared in conformity with K.S.A. 75-1120A for the year ended 2025. Now therefore be it resolved by the county commissioners of the county of Atchison, Kansas, in regular meeting duly assembled this 13th day of January 2025, that the county commissioners waive the requirement of K.S.A. 75-1120A as they apply to the county of Atchison for the year ended 2025. Be it further resolved that the county commissioners shall cause the financial statements and financial reports of the county of Atchison to be prepared on the basis of cash receipts and disbursements as adjusted to show compliance with the cash basis and budget laws of the state. Do I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0. To discuss.
No.
Okay, so next on the agenda is to discuss County Government Day. So K.A.C, the Kansas Association of Counties, is hosting again with the League of Municipalities 2025 Local Government Day. It'll be Wednesday, January 22nd of 2025 from 1 to 7 p.m. at the Kansas Association of Counties office. And county officials from across the state of Kansas will gather for exciting and informative legislative focus day. This is something where we will make an appointment and several of us will attend more than likely at the same time. The event scheduled attached. So I guess I would look for a motion to allow Atchison County to participate in the 2025 Local Government Day on Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye, passes 3-0. Okay. Mark, do you want to say anything about budget calendar or just approve it as presented?
I just approve it's presented.
Okay.
It's just, there's two, one for if the board exceeds the revenue neutral rate or did not exceed the revenue neutral rate. Some of the dates change depending on when we have to have it into the paper. for publication.
So, and also I noticed that we're, moving it up, so we'll start this, budget expectation discussion, as early as February, so, I would look for a motion to approve the 2025 budget calendars, depending on if we exceed or don't exceed R&R as presented, by our finance director. Do I have a motion to approve?
So we,
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes. Next is our resolution for rural opportunity zone 1548.
would be, yes.
Okay, so resolution number 2025-1548, resolution of the Board of Atchison County Commissioners authorized participation in the Rural Opportunity Zone Student Loan Repayment Program for the calendar year of 2025. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Atchison County, Kansas, Section 1 pursuant to K.S.A. 2021 Supplement 74-50-223, the Board of County Commissioners expressed its intent to participate in the Rural Opportunity Zone Student Loan Repayment Program. Section 2, Atchison County has been designated a rural opportunity zone pursuant to the K.S.A. 2021 Supplement 74-50-222 as of July 1st, 2024. The county population was 16,016 as certified by the Kansas Department of Revenue. Section 3, Atchison County Commissioners hereby obligate Atchison County to participate in the ROS Student Loan Repayment Program as provided by K.S.A. 2021 Supplement 74-50-223 for a period of 5 years, which shall be irrevocable. Section 4, Atchison County agrees to pay in equal shares with the state of Kansas the outstanding student loan balance of any resident individual for 5 years if the resident individual meets the terms of qualification provided by the state of Kansas in K.S.A. 2021 Supplement 74-50-223 and the appropriate rules and regulations. The number of qualified resident individuals receiving such payments will be subject to the availability of funds. Section 5, Atchison County intends to enter into partnerships with cities, employers, and foundations for the direct sponsorship of rural opportunity zone applicants. Sponsored applicants must meet all qualifications of the ROS program. All sponsorships will be subject to the ROS student loan repayment rules and regulations. Section 6. The maximum student loan balance for each qualified resident individual to be repaid jointly by Atchison County and the state of Kansas shall be $15,000 over a term of 5 years. Section 7. Atchison County shall allocate $0 a year for the purpose of matching payments from the state of Kansas to qualified resident individuals. Atchison County shall revise its ROS budget on an annual basis, submitting a new resolution to the state of Kansas by January 30th each year. Atchison County shall submit their obligation in full to the Department of Commerce before the first full day of October each year. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall be published once it is officially in the official county newspaper and shall be in effect from and after its date of publication. Do I have a motion to approve? And we might want to talk about it a little bit for
I'd like to.
discussion.
I'd like-
So that we pass this resolution and we're basically the conduit to allow it to happen in our county. So when our local businesses are looking to add professionals to their staff, it's a way for
Recruit.
them to be able to get state funding as a match to help with bringing
recruiting
professionals.
tool,
Yeah,
basically.
a good recruiting tool.
So it's county, city, and the employer working together that fund this.
Yes, but however, our part historically has just been passing this resolution to allow it, but we haven't budgeted any dollars toward it. But passing this allows those businesses to put money toward it, and then the state will then match that. So,
Sure, sounds good to me.
do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 3-0. Okay, next is set 2025 canvas dates and election meeting dates. The dates below for the canvas of the 2025 city and school general will not require a special publication. 2025 city and general election will be November 4th of 2025. I don't have my calendar, but I believe, let me just double check here. So I would look for a motion we will not have a county commission meeting that day. I'm just gonna keep going and then I'll ask for one motion. Next is November election canvas, which will be Tuesday, November 10th. And due to Veterans Holiday,
Veterans Day is that Monday, correct?
is that Monday, because the canvas is usually the Monday after the election. But this won't be Tuesday, November 10th, due to Veterans Holiday. I would ask there be no regular meeting on election day, November 4th. So then we would canvass on Tuesday, the 11th.
Which is a regular meeting again.
All right, so I'm gonna change November election canvas to Tuesday, November 11th, not 10th. Yeah. So in summary, I would look for a motion to approve the 2025 city general election for November 4th, 2025. There will be no county commission meeting that day, and the canvass will happen at our regular meeting scheduled for Tuesday, November 11th of 2025. So a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0. Okay, next is set the rate for removal charges and transportation to morgue. Finance Director, do you have a dollar figure for that?
$350 even,
Okay,
all inclusive.
okay. I'd look for a motion to approve $350 for removal and transportation charges to the morgue for our coroner services. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 3-0. Okay, next is review and modify commission agenda. We have had discussion of this. Appreciate you coming to our meetings. You've been part of the discussion. We have a template of what we want to move to, knowing that as we get going, we can always change or amend, but basically the biggest things are we're taking public comment out of the end and we're putting it at the beginning. We're adding some financial discussion by our financial director. Will be giving us reviews. Public comment, there will be a section for that at the beginning of our meeting with rules. And then our unfinished business will always be prior meeting topics that we didn't get an answer for our departments. And then another thing is at the beginning, we will all approve the agenda. And we won't be adding anything to the agenda. As it's published, that's what we will stand on. And we will all approve it prior to going. As far as the deadlines, historically, the departments have had their agenda items in by Thursday, 5 o'clock. And then the clerk would get this agenda published by Friday at 5 o'clock. So that allows commissioners from Friday all weekend to review it, and then Monday an opportunity to talk to department heads if there's any questions for us before our meeting on Tuesday. So, and again, with the new clerk, we can work with her on, getting that in place. But I would look for a motion to approve the modifications on the commission agenda for 2025.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0. Okay. HR has supplied us with 3 different organizational charts for Atchison County. They showed the same information, just different formats, different layouts. and we need to choose one and adopt it. I don't know if one's sticking out to you.
This one does for me.
Okay, which,
Just because it's symmetrical, I mean, instead of, Board of County Commissioners and everything on the right is under that. This over here is to the side.
okay.
I don't know, that's just the way my
Well,
eyes
you're
read it.
fine. So okay, so yours is this one, mine is this one, and I'll explain why, but so are we, anybody on this one? Can we set that one aside?
Yeah.
So that's-
Okay, so we'll set that one aside. So we're down to these two. I don't know if it's the simplicity of this layout or the color or the fact that I like that citizens of Atchison County can communicate with any, like, we all represent the city of, it's just really easy to notate that when I look at it. Which, I mean, this accomplishes the same thing as well. It's just a,
I'd say
Oh.
citizens of.
yeah, it's
all of them.
a little bit different.
This one's easier on my eyes. The other one, I feel like the other one's all over the place, but ultimately, it's the same.
It's the same
It's the
information.
same information. So, but if I had to vote, it would be this one.
How do you feel? You,
I'd still up for this one, but I mean,
Okay.
if there's two,
okay. So I would look for a motion to, or do you want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to accept this draft as our official.
Okay, I will second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign.
Aye.
Okay, passes 2-1. Okay. Next is the review the resolution on weather policy. So we have a resolution from 2013. The resolution number 2013-1361. And we have a resolution today. That would be 1549.
49.
So resolution number 2025-1549, a resolution repealing Atchison County Resolution 2013-1361 concerning inclement weather. Whereas in 2013, the Board of County Commissioners adopted resolution number 2013-1361, establishing an inclement weather policy. And whereas the provisions of resolution number 2013-1361 have been superseded in practice by the county's personnel policy manual, which governs operational changes due to inclement weather. And whereas the Board of County Commissioners have determined that resolution number 2013-1361 is no longer necessary or reflective of current practices, and that a more effective system for handling changes to operations by reason of inclement weather is found in the county's personnel policy manual. And now therefore be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Atchison that the Atchison County Resolution 2013-1361 hereby be repealed. Do I have a motion to approve this resolution?
so move.
So, yeah,
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes.
There's a, it should have it's have the resolution. It should say resolution 2013-1361 is hereby repealed, shouldn't it? Yeah. Let me reprint that.
Okay,
And I can put the resolution in.
perfect. Oh, you're facing my normal. Okay, thanks. Okay, next is wage matrix for approval. I would look for a motion to insert this language into our I would look for a motion to approve for wage matrix. Department heads, including elected officials, are required to remain within the personnel services line of their approved budgets. When considering adjustments to employee pay during the year, all department heads, including elected officials, must ensure that any proposed changes can be accommodated without exceeding the personnel services line of the approved budget. No pay adjustment that would cause the personnel services line to be exceeded for the year shall be implemented without prior authorization from the Board of County Commissioners. Funds allocated to other budget line items may not be repurposed for personnel expenses without prior approval from the Board of County Commissioners. Do I have a motion to approve?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0. Okay, next is elected officials signing off on county policies. So all of us that are elected or appointed to elected positions, there is a handbook acknowledgement. Says Atchison County Personnel Policies and Procedures Elected Official Handbook Acknowledgement. This employee handbook is an important living document intended to help each employee become acquainted with Atchison County employment. This document is intended to provide guidelines and general descriptions only. It is not the final word in all cases. Individual circumstances may call for individual attention. As an elected official, I understand that many county policies may not apply directly to my position. However, in my role as a department head serving the citizens of Atchison County, I recognize the importance of fostering consistency and cooperation across county operations. I acknowledge receipt of the county's employee handbook and confirm my intention to voluntarily comply with its policies and procedures to the extent they are applicable. Should I encounter any conflicts or concerns with the policy, I will consult with the human resources to discuss the matter and work toward a reasonable resolution. Do I have a motion to approve this elected official handbook acknowledgement?
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0. Here's Mr. Campbell's, and here's yours, and here's mine. Then you have one for you, but we can do those at the end because there's other things to be signed. Okay. Okay, so I got those, and then I also have CIC signature cards that the clerk and the treasurer and the chair will sign. So we have those. And then I have the biennial list of county officers to get their signatures for their seals. So we'll need their signatures on that. Okay, we got meals and expenses minutes if we want to go back to number 14. Okay, these minutes are from July 2nd, 2024. Mark Zeltner, Finance Director, noted to the board that during the organizational meeting on January 8th, 2024, notes were made to discuss the Atchison County meal allowance at budget time. He presented the board with the 2024 State of Kansas Employee Travel Expense Reimbursement Summary showing a standard daily rate of $59. The percentages per day is as follows: 15% for breakfast, which is $8.85, 35% for lunch, which is $20.65, and 50% for dinner, which is $29.50. Chairwoman Quinn made a motion to set the Atchison County meal allowance to match the FY 2024 employee travel expense reimbursement handbook from the state of Kansas. Commissioner Rivas seconded the motion. Chairwoman Quinn called for a vote. All voted yay or A. The motion passed 3-0. And one thing to note with these reimbursements is no alcohol and no tips can be included in that. So just so you're aware as a new,
Thank you.
And
any other
taxes,
discussion.
taxes also are not supposed to be paid.
Yeah, no sales tax either.
Yeah,
We are-
I looked at your handout, and there's a $68 example in it, but so actually, and you're trying to approve a $59 total, right? Is that the case?
So, the 68 is for my meals, taxes. No, you're right. Well,
So I would assume that
it went up probably.
this is dated.
October 1st. So it was after it. So,
After, so is that?
so we did the 59.
Right, right. And that's fine. If this is the state, the 68, then I think 59 makes sense.
Okay, so I have a motion to a second.
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, passes 3-0. All right. So that concludes my agenda for the 2025 Atchison County Organizational Meeting. Next, I have Joe Snyder Contract Award. Actually, we have an executive session. We have an attorney-client executive session, sorry, that's scheduled first before you. So I have 15 minutes, County Commission, County Counselor, Finance Director, and Road and Bridge Director, Superintendent.
We'll move that the Board of County Commissioners recess into executive session at 10:53 a.m. for consultation with an attorney for the public body, which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship as allowed by K.S.A. 75-4319B2, and that the purpose of the closed session is to protect the confidentiality of the discussion, and that the board come out of executive session in 15 minutes in the commission room in the basement of the courthouse, and those present will be 3 commissioners, county councilor, road and bridge, and finance director.
Okay, I will second. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, passes 3-0. So we are back in open session. Commissioner Knoll stepped out for a second. When he gets back, we will have Joe Snyder, Road and Bridge Superintendent, with the contract award for Ottawa Road Phase 1 culvert replacement. Right, Joe Snyder, Road and Bridge Superintendent Contract Award for Ottawa Road Phase 1 Culvert Replacement Recommendation.
It'll be my recommendation to award to Tunks Construction out of Cameron, Missouri. With the total amount, they are the lowest bidder of $175,000, $630.00.
Look for a motion to accept Tunks as presented by our Road and Bridge Superintendent.
So moved.
Second,
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have an attorney-client executive session, 30 minutes with county commission and county counselor.
I'll move that the Board of County Commissioners recess into executive session at 11:10 a.m. for consultation with an attorney for the public body, which would be deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship as allowed by K.S.A. 75-4319B2, and that the purpose of the closed session is to protect the confidentiality of the discussion, and that the board come out of executive session in 30 minutes in the commission room in the basement of the courthouse, and those present will be 3 commissioners and county council.
I will second. Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Passes 3-0.
Well, maybe I can introduce her.
Okay, we are back in open session. And nothing else on today's agenda, so I would look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Passes 3-0.
And you guys want to handle your oaths?
Yeah, so we have a lot of stuff that we need them to sign. And I have time. I can go around and. Oh, but you guys is right here.
Ours there. I didn't know if mine was back or not.
Do they have to sign those in front of the judge?